Hello and welcome to my presentation about the French political economy. Hello. The objective of my presentation is to present following the timeline of how the French society changes under the state's control of economic activity and explain how globalization has been affecting the French economic system and making conflicts between French firms and the states. I divide the timeline into three main periods and I'm gonna present the first one. In this period, France had a wide number of innovations which play an important role in many fields. Also, the French economy was generally subsidized by the state. The industry was still developing slowly and it hadn't formed any large corporation yet. Thanks to resources and markets in colonial countries, French firms did not need to compete with powerful industrial nations at the time like the Britain or the America. Let's talk about the second period in France, the 30 glorious years. After the Second World War II, the French society and economics was in deep crisis, and to escape it, the state used Keynesian economic theory. Following the theory, the state increased the public policies investment to promote the productions in the country and to create more jobs for citizens. Then they took the important role to regulate the society and to improve the economic systems. It made people believe in their political system and expected for the wellness from the state. That's the reason why France became a greater appetite for socialists in the whole OECD. They had Keynesian demand management policies and ambitious public works programs. Moreover, the French financial system were bank-based, so the Ministry of Finance had to approve bank loans to industry for any value more than 1 million francs at the time, so they have the significant powers of economic coordinations. They could control and all of the strategy of the corporation through the loans approval. So they were more and more becoming a grand orchestrator in economic actions. That's the reason why they came up with the idea of national champions policies to establish a system of promoting domestic corporations to seek profits and to advance the interests of the nations. So they make they support they supported many large firms in the potential fields such as power, matches, aircraft, military products, medical, etc. So the economy and the societies changed dramatically. They have 77.4% of urbanization. They brought back the 40 smart production and slowness from the USA to improve and develop the production in France. It became more and more centralized, bureaucratic, and elitistic model. France gained a lot of achievements during these terms. They had the great national welfare. For example, their public healthcare system was largely financed by the public budget and chosen the close to best overall healthcare in the world by the WHO. The public schools provide free and compulsory education for all students from 6 to 16 years old, etc. The standard of living rose quickly and more leisure time for people. The export growth, and there were many large firms in the state-led which dominated the market during the time. They also had strong employees unions. So as you can see in the traffic, the red line represented for a total of the employment rate in France. During the 30 COVID years, it had a small fluctuation, but always stood around 3%, a low rate in comparison with the labor market today, which is around 9 to 10%. Overall, the French state considered successful socialist government with the dirigist capitalism model. Now I present to you the third period. Like you know, the globalization is an unstoppable process. It lifted the competition to another level, not just in France but in the entire world. Large French firms uh, that had been tied too much with the public interest and authorities regulations lost their advantages for competing with international firms at the time. For example, while colon capital firms shareholders in the new liberal model in some countries like the US or the UK, French firms had to raise the fund by bank loans with tight requirements and control by the states. Usually, the managers of the firms and governmental monitorings they have different directions and multi-dimensions decisions for the company strategy, and that bring both them down, both firms and government down due to the inflexibility. More and more French firms sought to open the new companies, offices, or branches in countries with lower business costs. That reduced the number of jobs significantly and caused the employment index to rise by the time and reached its peaks in 1994 at 12%, seen in the traffic. The competing with powerful industrial firms from the US, the UK, Japan, Germany, and even the Asia Tigers during that period put a lot of pressure on French and the other firms in France to force employees work harder. One example is that the lunch times uh, from 90 minutes in those 70s reduced to just 30 minutes in 2008. Moreover, nationalizing industry and finance have changed dramatically and with force to liberalizing and privatizing, which means the market will transfer not totally but changing from CMEs to LMEs. The public sector ownership went down from 10% to 5%. The market become more open, and each company has the freedom to conduct financial operations as well as call for capital from stakeholders. So uh, the public policies has been improved and it must be changed to adapt with the globalizations. So here is my conclusion. Overall, France has been facing a lot of difficulties in the economic, political, and social fields. Participated in Eurozone from 1999, France is sharing not just the well-being of the country, but also the risk with the other nations, like the economic crisis in Greek beginning in 2010, the Brexit, the European migrant crisis, etc. We can't deny the power of the French economic system with the unique socialism and capitalism model just in France. What France needs to work on now is how to keep the balance between public and private interests, also facilitate firms' business and guarantee legal benefits of workers, On top of that, how to preserve the cultural values and interests of France in the European Union community requires many serious tactics, not just only from the authorities, but also from all of the firms and citizens. Thank you.